everyone, I'm Fay.
And I'm Murke.
And welcome to another episode of Guides with Fay and Murke.
And today we're doing part 1 of Newborn Skyscales.
And we're collecting the Skyscale scales.
Scales.
So to start the collection, you need to first complete the story. And if you haven't done so already, go do 10 events in every lane, and you'll see why later on. But you could definitely go do that. But once you finish the story, you get a mail from Gorik asking you to meet with him in Dragonfall. But he's at Skyscale Area, just west of that. And you can see the little icon on your map when you go down there. So you talk to Gorik, you go through his dialogue, and he will open the collection for you. So once the collection's open, you'll have credit for talking to him, and then you'll need to go collect Skyscales. You won't need to collect Skyscales. You'll have to collect their scales. Skyscale, scales.
Scales. There are a lot of them. There are in fact 21. So many.
Mm-hmm. The first scale is one that Gorik could have apparently picked up himself. So you're just going to turn directly around, and it's literally right there.
Lazy jerk.
He's small, though. He probably couldn't have climbed it. Let's be nice.
Okay, that's fair. That
is Skyscale 1.
Now on to Skyscale, number 2. And the second scale is on a small verdant island along a main road. And for this one you'll want to start out at the Pact command, and then go out the verdant gate, drop down on the east side on the second part of the bridge. The scales will be under a slight overhang, kind of near the ground, but they should still be pretty easy to see, even with that overhang. There they are.
Scale number 3 is far above Pact Command. So you're going to go back to the Pact Command waypoint. Get up to the vista that's up there, because you want to get as high as you can get, because you're going to have to get on top of the airship. The scale is up on top of the tallest broken pillar. So from the airship, you're going to griffin over to get up on top of that, and then pick it up, and that's all you need. Good. And that is Skyscale, scale 3.
On to the Skyscale number 4. And this 4th scale is protected by a severed wing. However, it's not actually in or on the wing, or even really that close to it. It's instead southeast of the wing, behind a tree at the edge of the cliff face. And to get here, you're going to want to start out at Pact Command, and just head south down through the sky. You'll probably need either a rabbit, a skyscale, or a griffin to get up here, unless you use the Oakheart's essence. Yeah, it's just right there at that kind of tree at the back. You're going to have to go around it, but super easy to get. Well, that's actually one of the harder ones to get. But once you get up there, super easy to just walk over those last 4 feet.
Scale number 5 could, in time, get washed away. The actual hint is, in time, this verdant scale may be washed away. It is next to the Verdant Falls POI, just beneath the top of the waterfall on a rock. So you're going to want to go down the Mistwarden lane to Melandru's Chalice, grab a Skyscale, go up to the top of the waterfall, and then just drop right down onto the rock. Skyscale, scale number 5.
So, the 6th scale that we're going to work on now is on a moss-covered branch to the north of a moss-covered wood. And for this one, you're going to start at the Mistwarden camp before heading northwest to the Skyscale icon. You can catch a ride on that Skyscale to fly up to get the scale on the branch above. Which, there it is. It's pretty easy to get to. You don't have to use the Skyscale. You can use, again, Bunny, Griffin, Oak Heart Essence, pretty much anything.
Skyscale 7 is, or Skyscale Scale 7, is on a route reaching out to the Southern Sea. And there's only one route that reaches out to the Southern Sea. So head to Melandru's Lost Domain Waypoint and head southeast to the route in question. It'll be that route with the crashed Pact chopper on it.
The 8th scale is where the tooth of a god meets the waters of an ocean. You're going to want to start at Omicom Camp, then head southwest to Grenth's T. The scale is near the mastery point, and you can drop down to it, although it is obscured by an overhang from the top.
Skyscale Scale 9 is in the shackled grasp of a mighty dragon, and it's near the, coincidentally, shackled grasp point of interest, northeast of the Underworld waypoint. But the shrine is actually closer, so once the central brandstorm is cleared, drop down and follow the road to a tunnel, and then follow the tunnel all the way around to the scale.
Scale. Speaking of scale, on this one we're actually going to do numbers 10 and 16. It's because these two are pretty close together. The 10th scale is in the shadow of a pinned wing, and so for this one you're going to want to start at the Omicom camp and head north towards the wing shadow. It'll be almost directly north of the Chaos Gate POI and just under the outer edge of the wing. Then, once you've gotten that, if you'll just look on over, because from the location of the 10th scale, you should be able to see the 16th scale. So go ahead and grab that while you're here too. It should just be a little bit further back under the wing.
Scale number 11 is on a necrotic coast, falling forever into the sea. So you're going to want to go to the necrotic coast. And you'll see some rocks suspended over the cliff. I actually didn't see the scale itself from up above, so I was searching forever for it. But you should be able to glide or griffin down and to the scale from above, rather than coming at it from the side like I did.
The 12th scale is where a winged shadow ends and a wasteland begins. It is at the southern edge of the Virulent Wastelands, and you'll want to start at the Crystal Bloom camp and head southwest. It is pretty high up on the cliffs. Alternatively, if the shrine is open, you can port there and just head almost perfectly west. The scale is tucked up under a short cliff face.
Scale number 13 is to the north of a road through a wasteland of fire. And this one was actually the most difficult for me to figure out because there is literally an entire section of the map that is just on fire. But start at the Burning Forest waypoint and follow the slightly southeast path. If you stay on the path, you'll find a little nook on the left, or you can go over the rocks like I did and drop down from above. there are going to be mobs in the little cave, so be prepared to spend a little while killing them all.
And now, to get the 14th scale, you'll want to search near the image of the fallen god. Start at the Crystal Bloom camp and head directly west, where below is a statue of Balthazar, and the scales are on the rocks by his left arm. It's super easy to get to, and you can just drop down for the most part.
Scale number 15 is on a branch where fire meets water. So go down the Crystal Bloom lane to the Jackal portal, then go north to the cliff. Grab a Skyscale if you want, but it's down on the second branch to the right on your mini-map. You can literally glide, drop, Griffin, Skyscale, anything you want down there.
Can you, Bunny?
I mean, I guess you could. I don't think Bunny it would be very good, though.
I keep expecting you to burst into song, just scales.
Well, you already picked up 16 when you got number 10, but number 17 is actually really easy because it's just to the right of the Crystal Bloom exit from Pact Command Waypoint. The hint is that a dragon's tail may soon sweep this one out to sea. It's literally right there. If you miss that, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, but now on to number 18. These scales are in a stormy canal near a dragon's spine. You're going to want to start at Pact Command and head out the Charnel Gate. It is north of the Gnarl Grove Mastery Point on the rocks at water level. But is pretty easy to get to because you're pretty much just dropping down to it. There it is.
Scale 19 is on a shore where a mossy forest meets a howling gate. Start at Melandru's Lost Domain waypoint and follow the north road out and through Mosswood until you find the Jackal portal on your left. Pop yourself through the Jackal portal and the scale will be behind the waterfall, also on your left.
So, the 20 scales are in a bay overlooked by the God of Death. So of course, we're going back to Normal Camp. You'll start out there and head southeast, past Grenth's Respite and towards the Howling Gate. The scales here are at water level and on the east side of the shoreline, so again, pretty easy. You drop down, pick them up. Wave hello to Grenth over there, who's watching over you and the scales.
Such a good god.
Except that he abandoned us with all the other gods.
Well. Finally, for Skyscale Scale 21, you will find the scale of a lesser creature on the back of an elder dragon. For this, you will need the central brandstorm to be cleared, which means that the shrine will be available to you. So go to the shrine and fly out over Kralkatorrik. Then follow his back north, and you'll see the scale right on the surface of his tail.
Tail scales of the Skyscales.
Tail scales of the Skyscales. The Skyscale scales on Kralkatorrik's tail scales. Once all of that is done, you will need to collect Skyscale medicine by purchasing it at the volatile magic vendors at Pact Command. There's a main Alonian merchant and one vendor per lane. To access the lane vendors, you need to complete 10 events for each lane. So that's why we recommend doing that before you collect the scales, because it will get you the waypoints, points of interest, volatile magic, and map currency that you need to purchase each component.
Then for a hopeful cure, you'll just need to return to Gork with the medicine, and he'll be near the Skyscale area where we've seen him multiple times throughout this entire endeavor. And that'll open up the Skyscale Fever collection, which we'll cover in the next episode.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and let us know how we did.
We'll see you next time on Guides with Fay and Murke. Bye!